welcome back to our channel. This is the Steel City Stitchers. I am Kristen, your host, I guess, the unofficial host of the Steel City Stitchers, and welcome to 2020. We are going to be doing a quick WIP parade today to highlight all of the projects that we have going on that we have not finished. That is a WIP. It's a work in progress. So what I'm going to be doing today, a lot of these WIPs were started in either 2018 or 2019. I don't have great notes about when I started some of the projects, especially for Stitch Mania, but if I do have notes of when I started a project, I will discuss them, and yeah, we'll go from there. I need to be better about keeping track of that kind of stuff, and I'm just not, but that's okay. So let's get started. So of course I use a couple different tools to keep track of my WIPs. One of them is my bullet journal, which is how I kept track of a lot of the monthly 24-hour cross stitch and acrostic challenges that were put on by Quirks and Stitches. That's hashtag 24-hour challenge if you're not aware. And she actually did something really cool this year, is that she came out with printables that you could print out and put into a journal to help you keep track of the monthly acrostics and then also your stitch counts and all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that, I really recommend checking out her Instagram page and checking out her Etsy website, and I'll link all of that stuff below. I choose to just use my own handwritten journal to keep track of things. I have a little pocket calendar that has helped keep track of things, and then also the Xstitch Plus app that you can purchase for $9.99 a year. If you have iOS, I'm not sure how that works for Android. I'm sure it's the same thing, but it will help you keep track journal-wise all of your projects, kitted projects, started, finished, and then your inventory. So if you want to keep track of flosses and fabrics and charts, that's something that app can help you with. So those are the big major things that I use to help me keep track of everything that I have going on. So I was just looking at my cross stitch app, and to give you an idea of how many I have started, it doesn't give me a number. I think it's like in the 30s, but we're going to find out because we're going to go through them all here right now. So the way that I organize all of my WIPs is that I have a giant Rubbermaid container that has a lid on it to keep all of the dust off. Every project is in its own bag. They're not all beautiful project bags. They are most likely Ziplocs, and that's okay because I only work on one project at a time. So whatever project I'm working on, I take it out of the box, I can put it into a nicer project bag and use that to travel and to sit in my stitching area. All of my stuff is organized in my finished attic. My husband created a stitchy spot for me so that I have all of my stuff very well organized, and I can just go up there and grab whatever I need and bring it down and then sit in my stitchy chair, which is in my living room, and watch TV. And I have my Lowry stand and my floor light and all the stuff that I need to stitch. So I don't have a lot of stuff just beside my chair. We have 3 dogs and 3 cats. It's not feasible to have stuff just sitting around my house at all. Funny story about that before we get started is Rosie, who is my 2-year-old. She's still very much a kitten. She has destroyed probably 5 to 6 skeins of floss probably in the past month alone. So nothing can be left out, and that's my own fault because I leave it out, and she's a cat, and of course she's gonna go for it. So I've learned my lesson on that. I have a couple shredded skeins of DMC that I've had to throw away and repurchase. It's not that expensive, but it's just annoying. But she's a cat. What do you expect? And also dog hair, cat hair. I don't like having all of my stuff just sitting out. So anyway, let's get started. So to go through these, I am going to be using the app to help me. It just word to the wise or warning, whatever you want to say, there's going to be a lot of crinkling because I have all of my stuff in plastic bags. All right, first things first is the 2017 Mystery Sow from Linen and Threads. I started this on March 9th of 2019 after attending a stitch retreat in Pittsburgh in the South Hills with the cross stitch group from Pittsburgh, and I saw a lady working on it, and she was designing her own color scheme. Love the pattern. If you've never seen it, it's a band sampler. It's 12 bands in a row, and so I decided to do mine with variegated floss from Silks For You. So I'm stitching this on a 32 count antique white linen that I purchased from 123 Stitch. And it's a big old piece, but this is how much I have. Let me see if I can hold it up and still see you guys. And the Silks For You is a variegated blue and green and purple type motif. And then I am using a DMC. It's DMC 3855, I believe, 3856. I didn't write that down. For the solid bands. So this band up here alone, this big thick part up here was month 1. So you can see it's pretty time consuming. It's very wide and it's going to be extremely long. So, but I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to get back to stitching on this one. And I do have some plans, which we'll talk about in our next Flosstube video, for goals for this year. So that will help, kind of solidify what I'm doing. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 was a Mania start, and this is Gobble Couple. This is by RATM. Erin and I actually purchased this one at the Crafty U. It was in like a clearance bin, and I started this one on May 1st. When I put May 1st on times for my app, it typically just means sometime for Stitch Mania. So it probably wasn't on the 1st. I know it wasn't on the 1st. But this is George and Martha Gobbleton. It's coming along. And I am stitching this in the called for threads and their Crescent Colors or Classic Colorworks now. It's a pretty old pattern. But I am using the called fors for that. Okay, that was number 2. I also wanted to grab my iPad just to see if it would help if I needed to pull up a pattern, because a lot of the patterns that I work on are on my iPad. I go back and forth with whether I like using the iPad or not. For some things, obviously for PDF patterns, I don't always want to print them out, but sometimes I do like printing them out and putting them on my stand. So I haven't come up with a good system of how to prop up my iPad so I can actually use it when I'm sitting in my chair. All right, the next one, this was a Mania start, and this is Antique Bird Sampler. And this is from Elizabeth Needlework Designs. This was an old pattern. This was from 2012, but that's what it looks like. And I did start this one on the 1st, and I'm stitching this on a 40 count Mallow linen, 2/1, or 1/2, sorry. And it's coming along. It's cute. It's gonna be tiny, but I really like it. I may not get that one back out though until next Mania. But that's okay. All right, so that was that one. That was number 3. Number 4. I know if you've been watching our channel recently, you've seen this one. Erin finished hers. I have not, but this one is Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This is Deck the Halls. Okay. And I am stitching this one on Fabric Flare. It's a 32 count. It's blue with white snowflakes. I think that's what it's called. And I just have the bottom 2 pieces to go. So kind of fizzled out on that one towards the end. I'm only doing one sal this year, but again, I'll talk about that when we talk about goals in our next video, because it's not sticking with them. So it's too much pressure, too much pressure. All right, number 5. I did finish the small of this pattern for my mom last year before February because she's from Punxsutawney, and this Prairie Schooler pattern does have the groundhog on it. So I finished this one for her last year. That was one of my finishes, and then we FFO'd it over the summer so that she could display it. But I am working on the February large piece, and I started this one, like I said, I think it was January of last year. But that's what it looks like. It's so cute. Do you guys like seeing the backs of people's work? Does that matter? I don't know. I mean, I feel like I do okay. So all I have to do is just the bottom piece. So there's quite a bit in the bottom. So I'll get that done. Probably not for this February. But that was definitely a 2019 start. I'm not trying to put these back in order at the moment, but just trying to keep some semblance of having them all together here. Oh, the next one is one that I started after November because I saw this at a cross-stitch retreat that I went to in Pittsburgh, and this was on the freebie table, and someone so graciously gifted it to me because I was making such a big deal about how much I loved it, and they probably just wanted me to shut up. But this is my Gettysburg piece that I'm working on for my dad, and I absolutely love everything about it. And there's the back. I think it looks really good. And it'll have the Union piece up here at the top, and it has all different phrases and places in Gettysburg. And we had relatives that fought, one that died at Gettysburg, and so it's pretty important to my family, just to remember that. If I have a picture or the pattern accessible, I will show it. If not, I'm not. Okay. The next one is the Halloween Spooky Sampler, and I do have that one. Here we go. I do have this one on PDF, and I also had printed it out. But I know you've probably seen this one if you follow the Frosted Pumpkin at all. And you've been following our channel because, of course, you know Erica exclusively stitches the Frosted Pumpkin. But this is what it looks like. Okay, and I started this one in August of 2018. I'll never forget, Jody and I were sitting on my back deck stitching, and I decided to start it. And this is also on Fabric Flare, and I'm using the called for DMCs, and then I'm also using this Color and Cotton limited edition. It's like a black and gray to do the skull outline around the top. I didn't want it to be so black, but I love how it's turning out, and I'm not so far from being done with this one. There are a few WIPs in my pile that will be donated to either adopt a WIP or will be given away as giveaways on our channel, just because I don't think I'm ever going to finish them. So I just don't have a need for them anymore. They don't bring me joy. So if they bring somebody else joy, I'll be more than happy to give them to you. All right, the next one is also a see if I can find it. Oh, I have it in the same bag. Okay. is Happily Ever After. This one is also from the Frosted Pumpkin, and this, well, I don't have a picture. I just have the picture of the pattern, so I'm not going to show you that one. But this is what it looks like so far. And it has another set of blocks down at the bottom. So I have quite a bit done. I just don't know if I'm ever going to finish it. Okay, and that one was started on March 18th of 2018. Okay, the next one is a caterpillar cross stitch small design. And I'm doing this one on my own hand-dyed 28 count Monaco that I tea and coffee dyed and then baked. And it's super cute. But it'll say Happy Easter. And I started this on the 20th of March last year. But it'll be completed in this little egg-shaped pattern. But it's super cute. And let me see if I have a picture of the pattern. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm not 100% together today because I have to go to work. And I won't have time to film another day this year, or this week, so there's that one. So you get the gist. It's super cute. Love it, love it, love it. I'll be anxious to get back to that one. All right, the next one is another Easter pattern. And this one is called Hare's Hunt, and it is from Plum Street Samplers. I'm sure you have seen these before, but I love it. It's so cute. The little kids gathering their Easter eggs. And here's how much I have done. So, not a lot. The right side. But that'll be a quick and easy one to get finished. And then I'll probably give this one to my mom. I'll give her one of the Easter ones. I haven't made her an Easter one yet. I did make her a summer or a spring one, but I haven't made her specifically one for Easter. That one I started on 3/6/3/19. I was doing a lot of starts back to back. All right, the next one is Hello Pumpkin. And this is a caterpillar cross stitch, stitch along, and let's see. Here we go. I don't know if I have just a picture of it though. I don't think I do. But I'm sure you've seen it out there. And it's going to be finished in a tree. So I do really want to finish this one eventually. And I love this fabric. Can't remember what I used for it. I think it was, it was a piece that I had used, the same one that I had used for my mom, for her Barbara Anna design that I did. And I can't remember what it is, but it's a 32 count. But I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so that was Hello Pumpkin. The next one is a big one that I started a long time ago, and I'll probably never get back to, because I don't know if I like this fabric choice for it. It was early on in getting back into cross stitching, and I really wasn't thinking much about fabric. I was just buying kind of what I had available to me. And the fabric it's a linen. And it is the Heritage Sampler by Plum Street Sampler. And it's beautiful. I do love it. But I got burnt out with doing this little tiny 1/1 flag. I hate it. Like, I hate it. It's terrible. The stitches don't look good. It's really hard for me to get the white in there in between. So I don't know. And then I filled in all of the blue and thought, well, maybe I'll just do French knots for the stars. I don't know. There's a lot that I need to figure out on this, if I even want it. I think the fabric is too light for this pattern. I don't know. I might WIP it to somebody and then, or, you know, WIP gift it to somebody, and then they can do with it what they please. I just don't like it. I don't like that fabric. But I did start that one May of 2018. Okay, the next one is a project that I started for a friend. She picked out the pattern, and I never finished it. But she cross stitches now, so pretty sure I might just send this to her and tell her she can finish it. But it's Hocus-Pocus, and this one was by the Witchy Stitcher. And it's on a fabric that Jody and I dyed. Or Jody dyed this one herself, I think. But this is on a very small, it's like 18 count Aida. And I don't have that much done. It's a full coverage piece. Again. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, next one is Hocus-Pocus again, but this one is from, this was a contest that I won from X-Stitch-U, and this is the pattern. I love it so much. It's so cute and quirky. And it's a Russian designer, Ukrainian designer. I shouldn't say that because I don't know. Eastern European, let's put it that way. And I'm not sure the orientation. I think it's like this. Yeah. But it's on this cute, cute little linen fabric with the polka dots. And I think it's going to be adorable when it's done. So I absolutely love that one. And I will be coming back to that one. I'm not giving that one away. All right, the next one is this is an Australian designer, I believe, and let me see if I can find a picture of it. There we go. It's from Fiddlesticks AU, and it's I love the 90s. I was an 80s baby, but I grew up in the 90s. So all of these things were really cool. Still are really cool. But here's how far I am, and I'm just using this on a 28 count Monaco that I picked up at Hobby Lobby probably. And I'm using my own color conversion. I didn't use any of the colors called for because I didn't have them. So I just used a hodgepodge of stuff that I had. And I love it. So cute. And it'll be finished in a circle design, and I do want to put it in a hoop to display it. So there's that one. These little projects, you know, they wouldn't take me long to finish if I just finished them, but we say that all the time and then we never do it. The next one is most definitely going to be a WIP that I gift to somebody, and this is the Frosted Pumpkins Into the Jungle. This was a sale that started in 2018, and I have a lot of it done. All of the borders are done. There's literally only 4 more blocks left to do. So I'd be more than happy to gift this to somebody. But that's that one. And it is on Aida from Picture This Plus. It's a beautiful fabric to work with. It's almost a little too soft for my liking. Especially with Aida, I just feel like it's, I don't know. I vacillate whether I like softer fabric or if I want thicker, harder, rougher fabric. I guess it just depends. All right, the next one is the big girl that I started last year in the hopes of having it done by Christmas this year. And she is not going to be done, probably even this year. But she is on my goal list. And that is Lady Justice by Mirabilia. And this is how much I have done. She's beautiful. And I have everything I need to finish her. I have all the beads, all the Krynic, like I have everything that I need. I just need to finish her and then gift her to my sister, who is in law school. And that's what she looks like. So I just have her top half to do at this point, and then all of the beading and embellishment work. So I know, I need to get back to it. 32 count petal Lugana from Picture This Class is what I'm doing it on. And she's tight. The 32 is, the count is a little tight for my liking with the stitching, but it'll work. I hope the beads will fit on there appropriately. The next one is not one that I'm going to give away, but again, the fabric choice. I'm probably going to restart this. This was Lila Studios' Let Freedom Ring. Sorry about the glare. I love it, and I do want it, and I want to, you know, finish it eventually, but I am not a fan of this fabric that I chose. It is just god-awful. Look at that. Can you see, like, how, that's a hair. It's uneven. There's, like, some big goobers in it. And that's all I have done. So I could very easily just start this whole thing again. And I probably will. And I'll probably invest in using all of the variegated floss. I did a DMC conversion, and I don't think I would do that. So maybe I'll gift this, and then you can buy the fabric or the floss and the pattern yourself. But you'll have a start, because my stitching's really good. Is that? Okay, so that was Let Freedom Ring. We're making some good progress here. Okay, the next one is Liberty 1776. This was a WIP I had started. This was a project, a new start that I had started for Stitch Mania last year. And this is what it looks like from Little House Needleworks. And this is how far I am. So it's coming along. Shouldn't take me too long to finish that. And I'm using all the called for threads. And I will get back to that one for Mania this year, because my plan is to do where I work on the same projects that I worked on, unless I finish them this year for Mania that I worked on last year for Mania. Okay, the next one is I don't have a picture of it. I got this from Etsy from a UK designer, Vlada X Stitch, and it is a night kayaker scene because I kayak, and this is all I have done. And it's going to be a big circle. And it's a lot of like these blues and stuff. And Jody's actually going to be doing the same pattern, but she's going to be doing hers in beads. So that'll be really cool to see. Sorry I don't have a picture of that one. I just didn't upload it. The next one is a big project that I was working on this year that I started. And it is this guy. The Nightmare Before Christmas. It is a full coverage piece, and it is tiny, 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 tiny. This is little stitching. And that's all I have done. I think it's good progress, though. Don't you think? So I'll get back to that one. I actually have my own bobbin box just for all of the flosses for that one. I knew it was a matter of time before a cat got on the table. So there's a cat on the table, please. If you hear crunching and stuff falling over, that's who it is. It's Cece, my big black cat. Okay, the next one, I started this one at the retreat that I went to in November in Pittsburgh. And this one, I did a full color conversion on. It's from the Nebby Needle, and I hate the way that this looks. I love the house, don't like any of this. So I'm stitching the house still, but I'm turning this whole thing into an autumn house, and I'm not putting in any of the alphabet or doing any of that kind of stuff. And then the birds are going to be ravens. And I'm stitching this on fabric from Color and Cotton. And I have that much of the house done. Isn't it cool? I love the brick. It looks great. Very, very pleased with how this one's turning out. So that'll be a fun one to get back to eventually. Okay, and I call that one the Old Town Sampler. And then Penny Autumn is the next one. This is a Plum Street design. I started this one during Mania. Did I start during Mania? No, I actually started this one November 27th of 2018. And I also did a full color conversion on this for the border. I changed the color to navy instead of black. And I'm stitching it on green fabric. And I think it looks fabulous. Ugh. I love it. Look how that white house just pops. So all I have to do is the other side, and then I'm done. Like, I need to just finish it. But there's that one. Absolutely love that one. And I had a little boo-boo in counting on the border, but you'll never know because I'll never show you. And the next one is Plaid Tidings. This one I started the minute that I saw it. And find it. It's from Little Stitch Girl, Jordan Nicole. And this is what it looks like, these 3 little plaid houses. And I am stitching mine on Tombstone from Color and Cotton that I got in the Harvest box this year. Doesn't it look fabulous? I love it. So then I'll have room for the other house over here. I love it, love it, love it. All right, and then let's go to the next one. So the funny thing is I'm sitting in my dining room. I had to take a quick break because I saw a delivery driver coming up the road, and I knew that the dogs were going to start freaking out, and of course they did. So I put all my stuff back while I was waiting for them to stop barking and me pretending to not be here. I don't like to answer the door. Okay, the next one is Quilted Beads, and this is a long dog sampler. And okay, I'm back. So got a phone call from the doctor's office. I hate the beginning of the year stuff too with medication, but anyhow. Okay, the next one, Quilted Beads. This is a long dog sampler, as I was stating previously, and let me find it. No idea where it is. My picture. Well, anyway, here's how much I have done on it. So it's going to be a big tapestry of just quilt squares, like little designs, and it'll have bees in it. But it's really cute, and I like it a lot. I like the color scheme. It's reds and purples and tans and all that good stuff. So big fan of that one. Okay, the next one is Sampler House, and this was a Mania start this year, and it is a Plum Street. I'm sure you've seen it before, and I'm using all the call for colors in this one, and I absolutely love it. I know that I can get this one completed if I just put my mind to it. but there it is. Look at that cool variegation. I just love it. And look at the little sheep on the bottom. It's so cute. So really excited to have that one finished. All right, the next one is another Sal stitch along that I did not keep up with. That seems to be a recurring theme. And this one is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This was released for the summer this year, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of people doing this one and finishing this one, but this is Seize the Day. And I just have the bottom to do, but I love it. It's super cute. And this is on Mushroom Lugana, and oh, it's like my favorite fabric. It is so soft. It is so nice to stitch on. It like your needle just glides through it like butter. It's just delightful. So I have to finish that one one of these days. All right, the next one is my first Lindy Stitches pattern, and when I saw it, I cried. I love the sentiment of this one so much. It's Stars Bright by Lindy Stitches, and it's so beautiful, and the colors are so incredible, and I really wanted to duplicate that fabric, but I wanted to do it myself, so I did. So I hand dyed my own fabric to match. And that's all I have done. What a start. But the fabric's really cool. The next one will be coming out eventually. All right, the next one is another one of those projects that I just don't think I'm going to do unless I change the fabric. It's a 40 count. And I think that I went a little over my head with this one, but this is Tracking the Seasons from, this is from Twin Peak Primitives. I'm just trying to find a picture here. This is what it looks like. This was a birthday purchase that I made last year. Of course, I wanted to win the trip to the Netherlands that I didn't win. And this is my start. Not great. But it's on Winter Sky from Lakeside, and it's a beautiful fabric. I just don't know if 40 count was realistic for this size of pattern and the counting and all that good stuff. So I might switch that one up. Okay. Getting down to the wire here, and the last one that I have is We All Float, and I know you've seen Jody working on this one. This is, let me see if I can find it. There we go. From Dusky Stitches. It was on Etsy, and that's what it looks like. So it's on black fabric, so just the white and stuff is going to be filled out. And I know it's going to be really hard to see, but all I have done is this little bit. Jody's much further in hers than I am on mine, but I love the pattern. And that's one. So if I total these all up, I only have 30. And some of those are ones, like I said, that I'm probably going to be gifting and sending out to find a new home and someone that will appreciate them. So I really don't think that's that bad, having 30 WIPs. I did finish, a good amount last year, which was great. I didn't FFO a lot, but I did finish quite a few. I did some gifts for people as well. So, all in all, I thought it was a good year last year for getting stuff done. So I'm looking forward to this year for sure to see what I can get done on some of my bigger projects. I'm not going for complete finishes on some of those, but Lady Justice is one that I would really like to get done this year. I would like to make a lot more progress on my Linen and Threads mystery sampler from 2017. So those are going to be big focus pieces for me this year. And also, I know if you watch our video next week, we are going to be filming at Jody's house. So please stay tuned for that. That'll hopefully be uploaded on Thursday the 16th. But we'll be talking about plans, and I'll be able to show you some new projects that I'm starting that are also big projects. So that's kind of my theme this year. The cat's just knocked over a stack of projects, so I'm going to go pick those up. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you continue watching the rest of the girls go through their stuff, and we look forward to seeing you next week. We have a giveaway announcement for the winner from our last video. We have Stitchy Kindness that we're going to show that we received a beautiful package from a good friend of ours. Erin hit the mother load in a group that on Facebook. So there's a lot of cool stuff that we're going to show. We have some giveaways that we're going to be talking about. So please make sure you tune in. Please make sure you like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for joining the Steel City Stitchers. I'm Kristen, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Hi, Flosstube. It's Erin. Coming at you from my house. I'm sure Kristen probably said it already, but we're going to be all getting together soon. But we wanted to do a WIP parade for you and show off what we currently are working on, at least. I'm going to attempt to not divulge too many things that I got for Christmas, because that's one of the things that we're going to do when we all get together. But one of the things that I got, I'm using right now, so I'm going to show you. It's, I'm sure you've seen these at Joann's, where you can stitch onto the journal. I honestly can't remember now if this was one of them. It was one that my daughter got. My husband took my daughter to Joann's and said, pick some stuff for mommy. And this was one of the things she picked. And I'll show you the other stuff that she got me when we all get together. But anyways, I'm going to stitch. I think I want to stitch something like the YouTube emblem and write Flosstube on it. That's my idea, because this is going to be my Flosstube notebook. Because I also got, which I'll show you then, but I also got a stitching journal. So it's not just my stitch journal. This is literally for my Flosstube. So I have my notes of all of my WIPs right now, like who wrote them, and if I have a picture on my phone. So that's what's in here right now. And I'll be stitching on this soon-ish. I have a lot of other things going on, but it's going to be a project for next year, because you know I love my little projects. I'm going to get into the WIPs, and then I have a couple of notes at the end, and then I will be done. I'm going to try to make this not super long. I have a lot to talk about when we all get together, and I'm going to give a little preview, because some of you are fans of my Instagram, so you saw my post. But my husband gave me the most romantic present I've ever received in my life. And we will talk about it then, but the short of it is that he's stitching with me now. So I don't have, I should have his, no, he finished it, so I'm going to show it on the video. I was going to show you his WIP. It's a great story, and I'm really excited to tell you all about it, but I'm going to wait, because we want to do all of our Christmas stuff together, Christmas/Hanukkah stuff when we're together. So WIPs, stick to the WIPs and stop getting off track. Got it. Okay, so my first WIP is from January of 2019. So these are all my 2019 WIPs. I really only have 2019 WIPs. I don't think I have anything that I've been working on longer than that. I like to finish things. Oh, because I finished them for Stitch Mania. That's why. Because I have big plans for Stitch Mania this year too. But that was my goal last year. So I only have 2019. So my first one is called Detroit. It's by Awesome Pattern Studio. And this is the pattern, because you know I'm a D-Town girl. This was actually a Christmas present from last year, and I kind of started it. I'm stitching it on 16 count Aida, which is not a normal size for me, but that's not really what's affecting me doing it. It's just I have so many other things going on. So if you can call this a WIP, I think Kristen's gonna look at it and go, "Are you kidding me?" But it's a WIP. I put a couple of things into it, right? Whatever. I will eventually work on it. There's just so many other cool things come up, so it goes on the back burner. But oh, Detroit, I will stitch you. The thing I like about it is I like the Renaissance building, and there's like a little people mover thing there, and it's so cute. Problem with the Detroit skyline, I mean, I guess any city skyline, is that it's changing. So they've got a lot of good stuff in here. They don't have Copa in it. I could probably complain about this, but they don't have the Ambassador Bridge either, which does kind of bum me out, but maybe I'll figure out a way to add the Ambassador Bridge, because that seems important. Every time we drive to Michigan, I make my daughter, like as soon as we can see Detroit, because we drive on 75, as soon as Detroit comes into view and we can see the Ambassador Bridge, I always ask, what is the name of that bridge? What does it connect us to? Just because I really want her to know that. You know, the Detroit girl love. Okay, so my second one is, did I say that I started that one in January? Okay, so my second one is Seize the Day. It was a stitch along by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I mean, I'm sure you guys know this one. I don't think I saved a picture. Oh, I did. I have a picture of it, just in case you are unfamiliar with it. What did someone say? I'm supposed to put that all the way up, right? Ooh, no, that did not work. Okay, wait, one more try. Maybe if I put it all the way down, that would work. Yeah, there we go. Good enough. So that's Seize the Day. So this is how much I have done of Seize the Day. This is a Caterpillar cross stitch, and you know I love Caterpillar. And I go back to this one anytime I just need like a little cleanser in between. I really don't have that much done. I started this in January when it started, and again it's on 14 count Aida. The problem was that I got pregnant. So then I stopped stitching for 2 months when I was vomiting uncontrollably, and then I got shingles in this eye, but I couldn't stitch for months, so it really, my motivation to finish it, I was really on a roll. I can remember how I was doing with it, and then I stopped stitching. And then once you get behind in a sale, it's hard to find the motivation to get back into it. But I will. I've put a lot of work into it already, and my husband has an aunt and uncle that have kind of they live in Traverse City. It's kind of on the water, and it's not the sea, but I think that's what I'm going to give it to, because I think they'd like it. And it's beachy. I just have to finish it. Frankly, if it was going to be anything Traverse City on the water, it should just be like ice. But, I mean, this is cute. I think they'll like it. We'll see. So again, that was January 14 count Aida. So my next one is called Michigan. It's by M.M. Waldock Designs. And I'm stitching it on a 14 count Aida. I started this one in July. This is what it looks like. It is super cute. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, hopefully we'll be able to get all my pictures before my phone dies. Okay. I like this one a lot. I've complained about this before. So the problem with this one is that it is a very old pattern. So it's been copied, photocopied, photocopied, photocopied. So it's hard to read in general. The instructions are not very clear, and I am not a talented enough cross-stitcher to just be able to wing it. I'm trying. I think eventually I'll work on it to do better, but it's kind of why I've stopped. There's a lot of backstitch in it too. But I love the way that the eye looks so far. Look at how cute that is. Ugh. And it's Henry Ford. I mean, I love it. I love it. And this fabric is way too big for what I'm stitching. I don't know why I went so big on the edges. Must have just been what I had on hand. And I wish I could tell you what fabric this was, but it's beautiful. But it's just going to be straight across, so it's not going to go up. I don't know. I don't know. I have to find the motivation for that one because it's really cute, and I kind of forgot how cute it was. It's on the agenda. Michigan. I really want to stitch that one. I have a lot of people that would like that one. Okay, so my next one is Super Mario Brother World map. It's Super Mario Brother 3 World 1 map by Nerd Pillow. Heather Wilson is the designer. It's on Etsy. I can't show you anything more than this because then I'd be showing the pattern, but that is the design. And I ended up, this is a 16 count Aida that I tea coffee dyed. I used the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch method. That video is hilarious, by the way, of them doing it. She's like, have your mom recrunch it. It was very funny. I started this in October of 2019. So this is how far I've gotten. And I started it on white. And I just didn't like the feel of my fabric. And I didn't like the way it was looking. And it was boring. And now that I've tea dyed it, I love it again. So I really need to get working on that one again. That was October. So I'm not that far behind on it. I'm pretty far into it. It's a full coverage, which is a big deal for me. Okay, my next one is Into the Jungle, Stitch Along, Frosted Pumpkin. Now this is an old Stitch Along. So I'll show you it just in case you have forgotten what that one looked like. I mean, it's super cute, right? Into the Jungle. My daughter's bedroom is from IKEA, and it's like all jungle now. So I thought this would be cute in her room if I ever finish it. I remember working on it when the baby came. So I started this one in November. Yeah, because it was my 2-hour glucose test. I was actually really working on it. So I need to get back to it. But Christmas stuff came up, so that's why I stopped. That's how far I am. I like the little sloth guy. It's so cute, and that alligator. And I've changed a couple of colors because I don't, it's whatever works well with my my fabric. And did I say that was 14 count Aida? I'm just not, I gotta pay attention. I'm sorry. It's the end of the night. When you have a baby, it's all day. She's finally sleeping. Thank goodness. And the colic, knock on wood, seems to be getting way better. So but my brain is still scattered. I apologize. Okay, so that was Into the Jungle. Number 6, I'm not going to show you because it's it's a present that I'm giving to people that I kind of think watch this. So I'm going to keep that one a secret. Sorry, I really wanted to show you. I actually had the plans to show you, but I'm not gonna. Because I'm hoping to get it done in the next month and then give it to them. Once I give it to them, I'll show it to you. So, moving on to number 7 is Satsuma Street Christmas cap on this red. It's a very, it's not the best fabric, but it's beautiful. And the way it's coming, I'm sorry, my thread's just like, I'm loving the way that the window panes look. The detail in that is so incredible. I love it. So let me show you, just in case you don't know what this one looks like. This is what it will eventually look like. Super cute. I mean, everything she does is cute. I'm a big Satsuma fan. So I went to, because my husband is stitching now, on, the cats are going nuts. On January 1st, we went to Joann's, and they were having an amazing sale, of course, post-Christmas. So I bought a few things. So I'm going to show you them with the projects that I'm planning on using them with. So I got this guy for like $2. And I'm going to put a Christmas cat on it. You can kind of see how it's going to fit on there. Anyways, I'm going to put Christmas cat on there, and then I'll hang on the front door. Oh, right? I don't know. Is that cute? I think it's cute. My husband does not like, we barely have Christmas decorations. We have the tree, but we don't have a lot of knickknacks. So he was like, I think you've gotten enough. When I started just pulling, so I was like, this is on sale and this is on sale. So I was cut off. I only got a few things, but I think that one will be cute, and I'm excited about it. Okay, so the last one, did I say when I did that one? That one was started in December. I mean, it had to be because that's when it came out, and it's January now. So obviously I started that one in December. Okay, so my last one is Astronaut Rudolph by Wild Violet Cross Stitch, and I'm stitching this one on a 14 count Aida. For the record, I have finished one of these. I'll show you the one that I'm stitching currently, and I'll show you the pattern in case you don't know it. I mean, hello. It is so cute, right? So I'm doing this guy, but you get all three of them. So I think I'm going to do Santa, maybe. So the thing that I'm doing with it that I am very proud of is the white. I changed, you won't be able to see it now, so I can't show you. But the white I've done in a glow in the dark fabric. I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull up. I do have like I have a picture of it. I don't know how well it'll show. You can see where it glows. So it's stitched. I did the white in a glow in the dark floss, and it looks really cute. And my daughter's loving it. So this is the finished one, just so you have reference. And this is the cat just knocked over water. Cool. So this is the WIP. I'm gonna finish this one next year. I'm putting it away until next year. I'm not worried about it right now. That will get done soon. It's going to go on to, so these are the other things I bought. This cute stocking, and I thought, how cute would that be sewn right there? And it'll glow in the dark at night. When you shut the lights off, it'll glow. And how cute is that? We'll see. Again, a project for next year, but I have it, and I wanted to show it to you so I didn't have to bring everything to Kristen's house, or to Jody's house. That was started in December. I said that 14 count Aida. Okay. So the only other thing I want to talk about is I don't know if I'm assuming we have a lot of crossover between us and Bendy Stitching, Michelle G. So I saw on hers today, this Fiddlesticks AU is doing a charity. There's this koala brush fire appeal. Oh, I probably should have had that pulled up. It's like it's this cute little koala that you can stitch in black and white, and it is $2. And the proceeds all go to the NSW Rural Fire Service. So they go towards the relief efforts. And like I said, it costs $2. So it felt very, very much worth it. Do I think I'll ever stitch it? I don't know. It's black and white. It's cute, but it's like it's not. This is the preview that they show of it. It's so cute, right? I mean, totally worth it. So I just wanted to put my little PSA out there to maybe go over and check that out. Fiddlesticks AU, koala bear. Here, maybe if I pull it up better, you can see the information you would need to find it on Etsy. So it's $2.18 right now because it's a conversion thing, but worth it. I would recommend everybody going and checking it out. We have a ton more to discuss. I'm so excited. At our next video, it's not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after, we're getting together and we're having sushi, and I can't wait to see the girls, and I still have to give Jody her Christmas present, and Erica won't be there, sadly, but I still have her Christmas present to give her, and we got some fun mail, and so many fun things coming up. So please tune in to our next video, and I hope you enjoyed my whips, and I have to go clean up water that the cat just spilled. Thanks for that, Magnus. Cool. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Hi Flosstube, it's Erica from the Steel City Stitchers, coming to you from my house, where I wanted to give you a little update about what I've been working on, what's been going on with me, and see how you are. I hope you're well. Hope you had nice holidays. It has been a little while since we've published a video. I think our last group one was in November, so it feels like a really long time ago. Happy New Year. It's exciting. I haven't really been stitching much myself because at the beginning of December, about actually a month ago, I had a baby, so that's been keeping me real busy. You know, having my 4-year-old and then having a newborn has been a new challenge. I've not been sleeping very much, and I've really not been stitching very much. I'm hoping that we're coming to a time when the sleeping will happen in larger chunks so I can actually get something done, because I really miss stitching, and you know, like, I love it, and it's a stress reliever for me, and to not be able to do it is kind of a bummer. But I would put it away for, ever if I really had to, in favor of, having my little baby here, and he's fine and healthy, and everything is grand, so we're overall doing well. But I'm tired, y'all. So, I wanted to tell you about the WIPs that I have going on. Again, I haven't really worked on a ton of stuff, but I think I have 12 WIPs in progress right now. I'm hoping to knock some of those out this calendar year. It would be really great, because all of them are like really big things. As you know, I usually do something smaller, and then I get through those things, and I work a little bit on the big ones. I just want to finish a big one, you guys. I just want to finish a big one. Okay? Okay. Sorry, I'm feeling weird and cabin fevery. I'm tired. Bear with me. Anyway, so let me run through quickly what WIPs I have going on. I have the one secret-y one that I've been working on forever that will be a gift for my husband. I will not show you until it is done, because, to be honest, I'm not fully confident that it will work. But that's okay. Also, I think every piece that I'm going to show you is a frosted pumpkin design. So let's just get that right out of the way. All of these are frosted pumpkin stitchery, because I love them and I have a problem. First up, the Spooky Sampler. Dun, dun, dun. This is on Ada that I hand dyed. I'm sure that I've told you about this before. It was an ice dye job, and I really only have the W block, you'll see on this side, and then to bring the border down around the corner. I think I could get that done this year. Don't you? I think so. Let's do that. Let's make a plan. Okay, next one. I don't know if you're aware of I don't really remember anything. I don't remember having talked about this one in our last video, but Frosted Pumpkin put out a nutcracker pattern. It was like 6 different installments of instruction. There are 3 pieces to it, like little characters, and then there's a border, and then they gave finishing instructions, which I thought was really nice. If I ever get this done stitched, perhaps I will finish it in a special way. No idea. I do have one of the little floats. It's a parade floats. I have the Sugar Plum Fairy Float finished. She's very cute. No, I really like all the little candies around her. On one side, I think this side is going to be Clara and the Nutcracker. And on this side is the Mouse King. And then around it was like candy and things like this. It says the Nutcracker Parade. It's really very cute. So, I hope to keep working on that one. I've had this foolish idea that I have this done before Christmas. Forgetting the whole part about me going to have a baby. Because, surprise, that changes the stitching plans, my friends. Anyway, so I'm trying to keep myself organized, because right now both of my children are napping. I have 2 monitors. I have one over here and one over here that I'm watching, because they yell at each other, and I can't, they stop communicating when they're too close, so I have them spaced out, and I'm trying to pay attention to both of them. Everyone seems to be asleep. I'm winning. The nap fairy has come. Okay. Next one to show you is Happily Ever After. I haven't worked on this one in a while, but I'm on the second half, as you can see down there. So I think I could totally get at least a few more blocks of this done this year, right? Probably. I love this pattern. I think it's beautiful. I just need to actually, get cracking, Because it's a cute one. I like all the parts about it. Most recently I picked up the Into the Jungle pattern, just because I was feeling kind of inspired, and I worked on, a tiny bit of it, but I haven't made a lot of progress. Here's what I have. It's in the hoop because I was working on it the other day. I'm working on the one that I'm working on is next to the little crocodile. It's the tapirs, the mother and baby tapir family, which are cute. I feel like no one really knows what tapirs are. I don't really know what tapirs are, actually, but they are cute, and one of them exists in a busy town. Do you know that series book? And drives a jam truck. So, her name's Tammy, in case you were wondering. You wanted to know that. Here is the Once Upon a Time progress that I've made. I actually really love this pattern, possibly more than I love the Happily Ever After pattern, actually. I think it's real cute. I haven't worked on this in a while. I would like to keep working on it and make some progress because all of the blocks are like the cutest thing I've ever seen. So, slowly but surely, we will get there. And I like, you know, the ones that have like the squares and you can do that and it makes you feel like you're achieving something even if you don't feel like you are. Then I have the National Park Centennial pattern, which is also very close to being done. Just have the bottom to do. I would love to be finished with this one soon because I have been working on it for it was 3 years. No, now into year 4 since that centennial, so it's 2016. I'm really staying on top of these things, you guys. I really am. Right, next we have Merry and Bright. This is also on hand ice dyed Ada. It's cute. I haven't worked on it, I think, since the summer. But I think it could make a nice little, like, bolster size pillow, perhaps, when it's done in 6 years. I'm not sure. Yes. I tried to make this video yesterday when people were sleeping and did not work. I got a little ways through my WIPs and then everyone was awake and crying. And not everyone was crying. My 4-year-old wasn't really crying. But the baby was crying and he wanted to eat. And you can't deny babies these things. Next is the Happy Thanksgiving pattern from the Frosted Pumpkin. I started this when Kristen and I went to the a stitch retreat at the beginning of November, just so I could have like a stitch day start. It's a cute pattern. I don't know when I'll get it done, but check out this sweet needle minder. I bought that there because the Crafty U from Ohio was at the retreat, which was dangerous. So I started that pattern there, worked on it a tiny bit, and I'll work on it again someday. I also have Mysterious Halloweentown. This is all I have. Hang on, I have to grab the monitor. It's beeping. Oh, because its battery is dying. That's great. This is the Mysterious Halloweentown. Very cute. Started it, I guess, almost 2 years ago now. Clearly making a lot of progress. I always think that this is meant to be the Bride of Frankenstein's like hair, and whenever I look at it, I think it's like a basket or like a scale, and I get really confused about what pattern I'm supposed to be doing because it doesn't look like hair yet. Her face is this is her face color. Anyway, she's lovely, right? Finally, WIP-wise. Not finally. I have another one somewhere. I don't know where it is, you guys. No idea. The one that I'm looking for is the Holly Jolly Santa sampler. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen me lamenting that one. I've been working on it for years. I just didn't like the fabric. It was just a plain light colored fabric. That's one of the ABC samplers, so it has like the picture at the top, the alphabet, and then like a border all around. And I decided to just stop stitching that one, stitch the picture itself on a little bit darker fabric, and so far I really like it a lot. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen that picture. And I mean, I'm thinking about posting pictures of all my WIPs on Instagram, so if you want to check them out, look for them there eventually. I'll try to get that done. It's funny, right? Yes. Okay, next is the Welcome to Pumpkinville, which was last year's Frosted Pumpkin stitch along. Not very far on this, you guys, but it's real cute. It's going to be big, really big. I don't know if I can deal with these large things. They're so large. So those are my WIPs until later today. I might have the opportunity to stitch, and then I might start another WIP. So if that does happen, look for updates about that. I'm sorry this was so scattered and quick. That's how my brain is functioning right now. I hope you're well, and I hope to see you soon. I hope to see all the girls soon in one place. It's an interesting time of life, you know? But I'm cool with it. I'm just tired. It's my overwhelming feeling right now. But I'm hoping that I'm getting to stitch tonight, maybe, and then again soon. So I will update you on a few more things at some point and see how you are doing. And then we will see you soon. All right. Go team. Oh, I have a cat on my lap. Do you want to see him? He's very happy to be here. This is Bandit. Can you I'm like crazy today. Okay. I'm going to say goodbye so I can talk to you about some other stuff soon. All right. Happy WIP times. Adios.